Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tier Sports. I'm Victor. It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's NFL Day. So, with that, let's get into it. We don't have too much to cover this week in the NFL, but before we get into our picks, we want to run through quick the 3-0 teams, the 0-3 teams, and some stuff about Melvin Gordon. So, with that, teams that have started 3-0, there's 6 of them, or 7 of them in the league this year. We have the Green Bay Packers in a tough Thursday night matchup this week. We have the New England Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs. We got the Los Angeles Rams. We have the Dallas Cowboys, and we have the one of the two teams on bye this week, the San Francisco 49ers. So things are going really well for these teams. Historically, if you start 3-0, you have a much better chance to make playoffs, just the way it's worked out. Of these 7, I think 5 are very solid teams, and I have the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills, who are both coming off hot starts, not quite making playoffs as of now. Yes, the Bills are 3-0. They've also had their 3 easiest games of the year, in my mind, minus the Miami Dolphins. And the San Francisco 49ers have also not beaten that impressive of teams. The teams they've beaten, I believe none of which have 2 wins right now. So we'll see how that goes for them. But the rest of those 3-0 teams, they're just on track for a very good year, as I expect them to keep it up. Of the 0-3 teams, not quite such a good sign for them. History shows that when you start 0-3, you have just a 3% chance of making playoffs based off the other teams who have done it. And this really is bad news to hear for 6 teams out there. We have the Miami Dolphins at 0-3, the Jets, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Denver Broncos, which actually surprised me, and the Washington Redskins. So these teams, although they may have had some tough luck in those games and may have faced some of their tougher opponents, it's still not looking great, and most likely these teams, I'm willing to say none of them will make playoffs. I believe Brett agrees with me, but we'll see how it plays out for them. With that, Melvin Gordon decided that he is ending his holdout with the team, and he is reporting to practice today, which is great news for all his fantasy owners out there and for Chargers fans as a whole. I mean, Austin Ekeler has been performing great, but anytime you can keep Ekeler and that player performing well and still add a piece like Melvin Gordon, it's just incredible for the team. We'll see how things turn out there. They face the Miami Dolphins this week, so we'll look to get a win without Gordon, as he will not play this weekend. And then for one of their tougher games next week, we'll be back into it. So with that, we're going to jump into our Week 3 picks. Brett could not be here right now, but all of his picks, if he disagreed with me, are circled in brown, while mine are in purple. I'll highlight those as we go through. Thursday night, tonight, I have the Green Bay Packers. I think they defend the home turf and make it to 4-0. Brett took the Eagles in this one. We both have the Atlanta Falcons home against the Tennessee Titans. We both have the Patriots on the road in Buffalo, as they are just the far superior 3-0 team. Patriots, by the way, still have not given up an offensive touchdown. They've given up 2 touchdowns so far, technically, and both were defensive touchdowns in their last game versus the Jets. We have the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. I have the Ravens defending their home turf in that. Brett decided to take the Browns. In our game to watch this week, we have Kansas City at Detroit for our 1 o'clock game to watch. Both teams technically undefeated. Detroit's looking at 2-0-1, and I still think they're a lot better than people are giving them credit for. However, I don't think they're good enough to beat the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs winning on the road. The Raiders at the Colts. I've been doubting the Colts far too much. Spencer, I'm talking to you. I apologize, and it will not happen again. I want to see them win. They will win this week as they play the Raiders at home, and we'll look to watch more of their wins in the future. The Chargers at the Dolphins. Chargers are the very clear pick here. Easily a lock of the week, but since we picked on the Dolphins last week, I wasn't going to do that again. The Redskins at the Giants. The Redskins, I have the Redskins in this one. Yes, they're 0-3. I think with Saquon Barkley out, they go on the road, they get their first win. They haven't looked that bad in their 3 losses. Brett took the Giants and isn't even worried that Saquon isn't there, as they now have Daniel Jones. Carolina at Houston. Houston's going to come away with the win on the home turf. We believe Carolina hasn't looked too impressive. Tampa Bay at the Rams. This game is my lock of the week. It's a little bold compared to some other games, but I don't see any way in which the Rams don't move on to 4-0, especially when facing this Tampa Bay team. Seattle at Arizona. This is going to be a good game to watch and actually could be one of our games to watch of the week. It seems like these two teams and this division as a whole always comes down to some close games. We both have Seattle winning. I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona gave them a real scare towards the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth. I just think Seattle pulls away with this one. Minnesota at Chicago. We both have the Vikings on the road. Jacksonville at Denver. This is our game to watch for the week. Denver, an 0-3 team. However, they haven't looked completely awful in their games. They should have come away with a win, probably versus the Chicago Bears. Got a little jip there. But this is a game to watch for me, as Denver is a tough place to play, and we're going to see how Gardner Minshew keeps up as the starter there in Jacksonville. However, we both had the Jags winning. That leaves the two night games. Sunday night, Dallas at the Saints. I have Dallas trying to move to 4-0 as well on the road. Brett is taking the Saints. This is their first home game without Breeze, and he just likes them on their home turf. And finally, that leaves the Bengals at the Steelers, both of which are 0-3 teams, and it seems like we just cannot get a good Monday night game. Even when you try and plan it for certain teams, not working out. But one of these two teams will get the first win. We both have the Steelers doing it, and I'm already at a point where I don't think the Steelers will make playoffs, even as a Steelers fan, but I will actually be disappointed if they don't come away with this one on their home turf. Thanks so much for tuning in to Top Tier Sports on the Beer League Bench Talk. Make sure to like, comment, smash that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, and please tell your friends about our channel and what we could be doing differently. What picks do you disagree with on the torn ones? Do you agree more with Brett or myself? And let us know so we can put that in for week 5. Thanks, guys.